In 2025, giving birth in the United States has become more than just a personal choice. It's now a legal, political, and immigration flashpoint. For decades, many expecting mothers from around the world have traveled to the U.S. on tourist visas with one major goal in mind: giving birth on American soil so their child would automatically receive U.S. citizenship. But that strategy, often called birth tourism, is now under attack. If you're planning to come to the United States while pregnant, you need to know the risks. Because this year, under the Trump administration, the rules have changed. The scrutiny is stricter than ever. And the consequences? They could follow you for the rest of your life. Let's start with why birth tourism has become such a big deal in 2025. The core of this issue is birthright citizenship, which is based on the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. This amendment says that any child born in the United States is automatically a U.S. citizen, regardless of the parent's immigration status. That's why thousands of families from China, Nigeria, Russia, Turkey, and other countries have taken advantage of this rule in the past. But today, President Donald Trump has returned to one of his most controversial immigration promises: ending birthright citizenship through executive action. In January 2025, he signed Executive Order 14,160, which claims that children born to foreign nationals who are not citizens or lawful permanent residents should not receive U.S. citizenship automatically. While this executive order has been challenged in court and hasn't taken full legal effect yet, the message is clear. The U.S. is no longer welcoming birth tourists. Alongside the executive order, a new bill, called the Birthright Citizenship Act of 2025, has been introduced in Congress. This bill proposes that only children with at least one U.S. citizen or permanent resident parent should receive automatic citizenship. Though it hasn't become law yet, it's already affecting how immigration officers, visa consulars, and border agents are treating visitors. Now, let's talk about what this means for tourist visas. Since 2020, U.S. immigration policy has officially prohibited traveling to America on a B-1 or B-2 tourist visa with the primary purpose of giving birth. But in 2025, enforcement has become aggressive. U.S. embassies and consulates around the world are now rejecting more tourist visa applications from pregnant women or from those suspected of having the intention to give birth in the United States. Visa officers have been trained to identify warning signs, ask probing questions, and even request medical records or flight bookings to determine intent. Some travelers believe they can simply say they're visiting for tourism or to see family, even if their real plan is to give birth. But this is a serious mistake. Misrepresenting your intentions on a visa application is considered fraud. It can lead to visa denial, cancellation of future visa eligibility, deportation, or even a lifetime ban from entering the United States. And the risks don't stop there. Let's say you successfully receive a visa. The next challenge comes when you arrive in the U.S. At the airport, Customs and Border Protection, commonly known as CBP, has the power to stop you. In 2025, CBP officers are questioning pregnant women more aggressively than ever. They're asking why you're traveling, who your doctor is, how long you're staying, and whether you have health insurance. If they suspect you're here to give birth without proper documentation, they can deny you entry on the spot and put you on the next flight back home. No trial, no appeal. Just a canceled trip and a huge mark on your immigration record. Now you might ask, what if I have a medical reason for giving birth in the U.S.? There is an exception, but it's very specific. You can apply for a B-2 visa for medical treatment, but only if you can prove that you have a serious condition and that giving birth in the U.S. is medically necessary. This requires a detailed letter from your local doctor and another letter from a U.S. hospital or doctor agreeing to provide treatment. You also need to show you can pay for the medical costs out of pocket and will not depend on public benefits. If there's any doubt about your ability to pay or the necessity of care, the visa will likely be denied. So, why is the U.S. government cracking down so hard on birth tourism? There are three major reasons. First, it's been abused. In past years, entire birth tourism networks have been uncovered, especially in California and Florida, where companies helped foreign women fake documents, hide pregnancies, and even arrange luxury birthing packages. These businesses made tens of thousands of dollars per client, and many clients left without paying hospital bills. Second, birth tourism is seen as a long-term immigration loophole. While giving birth in the U.S. doesn't give the mother or father any immigration rights, once the child turns 21, they can sponsor their parents for a green card. It's a slow pathway, but still a legal one. And third, there are growing concerns about national security. The U.S. government worries that bad actors could abuse birthright citizenship to give their children access to American rights and benefits while maintaining ties to foreign adversaries. In June 2025, more pregnant women than ever are being flagged at visa interviews. Some have been forced to undergo medical checks at consulates. Others were turned back at airports despite holding valid visas. Also important to know, just because your baby is born in the U.S. and becomes a citizen doesn't mean you get any rights to stay. You don't automatically get a green card. The child can't petition for you until they're 21 years old. So if you think giving birth in the U.S. will help you move there someday, the truth is, it probably won't. And worse, it could ruin your chances completely. There's also a financial factor. In 2025, many U.S. hospitals now require upfront payment for foreign patients. Some charge $15,000 to $30,000 for delivery, and they expect payment before the baby is born. If you can't pay, you could be reported to immigration authorities. Let's wrap this up with a reality check. Traveling to the United States to give birth in 2025 is more dangerous and complicated than ever. If your goal is to secure U.S. citizenship for your child through birthright, you're entering legal gray zones that are shrinking every day. You face visa rejections, deportations, financial risk, and possibly a permanent immigration blacklist. The landscape is changing fast, and what worked in the past no longer works today. Our advice? If you're considering birth in the U.S. for any reason, consult a qualified immigration lawyer. Don't take shortcuts, don't lie on your application, and don't trust agencies or travel agents who say, "No one will check," because in 2025, everyone is checking.